All right, so the second question asks us, what are the values of x given by the equation 11x squared minus 4x plus 1 using the quadratic formula? So there's a few things to define here too, mainly that why are we using quadratic formula? So many of these second degree polynomials or these parabolas or these quadratic equations can be solved by factoring. Factoring, cross multiplication, these techniques can be used to find the solutions to the quadratic equation. But sometimes you're not able to factor. And this is where the quadratic formula comes in handy, and I'll define it here. So the quadratic formula is as follows. Okay, so it's x. So we're looking for solutions of x, right? So x equals negative b plus minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac bracket, and that is, sorry, let me just put it in a bracket here, and that is all divided by 2a. So this is the quadratic formula, and the b, a, and c's are all the coefficients of your quadratic formula. So a, b, and c. So you want to plug it in, and there's a plus and minus because it accounts for the possible two solutions, the positive solution and the negative solution for the quadratic equation itself. So the rest of this question is going to be just a lot of computation. So let's bring it through with you guys now. So let me write down our quadratic equation again. Let's write down the quadratic equation. So x equals negative b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Okay, I'm just going to plug in the stuff now, the numbers. So b is negative 4, but negatives cancel out. So we have 4 plus or minus b squared, which is 16, minus 4 times a. A is 11, so 44. C is 1, so it's still 44. And then 2a, that's equal to 22. So these are our solutions. There's a positive and then a negative. So let me simplify it further. This equals to negative 28, and this equals to 22. All right, so now we have to use the concept of imaginary numbers, because if you recall, you cannot square root a negative number. So mathematicians came up with a new concept called the imaginary number I, and I is equivalent to square root of negative 1. So if I break down the square root here, we get 4 plus or minus 7 times 4 times negative 1. So 7 times 4 times negative 1 is equivalent to negative 28, so I can write it like that. And we can further break it down by doing this. So the square root of 4 is 2, so we can write that up. Square root of 7 is just square root of 7. You can't square root it any further. And square root of negative 1 is I. Okay. So we have found our two solutions. Therefore, solutions are 4, the positive 2i root 7 over 22, and 4 minus 2i 7 over 22. You can also simplify this. I forgot to do that, so I'll do that now. Yes. Okay. Let me simplify it actually. So actually it's 11, and it's 2, and there's nothing there. Okay, so it's 2, and it's 11. Okay, so I simplified it together, and those are the two solutions, which are complex numbers that are solutions for this quadratic equation. So looking at the junior tutor's solution, they basically did the same thing. They used a quadratic equation. They plugged in their values. They figured out that, oh, this is a complex number set. So then they used a complex number to simplify it further, and they came up with the two positive and the negative solution. So this solution is correct. All right, cool. Let's move on to question number 3.